For centuries, building wealth through real estate meant owning physical property, land, houses, office buildings, shopping centers. The formula was simple: buy an asset, manage it well, and allow time to increase its value. But something remarkable is happening. The business of real estate is becoming increasingly digital. Today, entrepreneurs aren't only investing in properties, they're building platforms that help people discover opportunities, manage investments, track portfolios, automate payments, and connect entire ecosystems of buyers, investors, vendors, and property managers. The buildings may still be physical, but the business surrounding them is becoming software. And that shift is creating an entirely new generation of digital businesses. Real estate has always depended on trust, information, and access to capital. But traditional transactions have often been slow, fragmented, and dependent on paperwork, intermediaries, and manual coordination. Digital platforms are changing that equation. Today, investors expect to browse opportunities online, monitor investments from anywhere, receive updates in real time, and complete processes that once took weeks in just a few clicks. As digital expectations continue to rise, software is becoming an essential layer of the real estate industry, not replacing physical assets, but making the entire investment experience faster, more transparent, and easier to scale. When most people think about real estate businesses, they imagine buying, selling, or renting properties. Platform businesses operate differently. Instead of owning every property, they create the infrastructure that connects the people involved. Developers showcase projects. Investors evaluate opportunities. Property managers oversee operations. Financial transactions are organized through one digital environment. The platform becomes the meeting point where information, trust, and capital flow together. In many cases, the long-term value isn't created by owning more buildings. It's created by operating the system that brings the market together. A successful real estate platform is much more than a property listing website. Behind every listing is an entire digital infrastructure working quietly in the background. Identity verification helps establish trust. Payment systems process transactions. Document management organizes agreements. Administrative dashboards coordinate operations. Investor records, notifications, analytics, and security systems all function together as one integrated architecture. These invisible components rarely appear in marketing materials, yet they determine whether a platform can operate efficiently as it grows. That's why entrepreneurs increasingly focus on building systems, not just websites. Now, let's connect these ideas to a real-world implementation. Today's case study is RealVest, available on Envato Market. Rather than viewing it as a finished business, think of it as an architectural blueprint that demonstrates how many essential components of a modern real estate investment platform can be organized into one system. The value of studying examples like this isn't to copy them. It's to understand how complex business infrastructures can be assembled, evaluated, and adopted to support different business visions. Let's look at this platform from the perspective of a business architect. Notice that it isn't designed around a single transaction. Instead, it's built around an ongoing investment ecosystem. As you move through the platform, you'll see different parts working together to support the complete customer journey. From property discovery and investor onboarding to portfolio management and administrative operations, each component contributes to a larger system. That's the difference between building software and building business infrastructure. One delivers features, the other delivers an operating environment. One of the strongest characteristics of successful digital platforms is that they create ecosystems rather than isolated tools. Investors need visibility. Property managers need operational control. Administrators need oversight. Each participant enters the platform with different objectives, yet the system brings everyone into the same digital environment. That's where network effects begin to emerge. As more participants join the ecosystem, the platform becomes increasingly valuable, not because individual features change, but because the connections between users become stronger over time. For entrepreneurs, the most valuable advantage is often speed. Building identity verification, investor management, payment processing, reporting, notifications, and administration from the ground up can consume months of development before a single customer ever joins the platform. Starting with an existing technical foundation doesn't replace innovation. It allows innovation to happen where customers notice it most: branding, customer experience, market positioning, community building, specialized investment models. These are the elements that create competitive differentiation long after the underlying technology has been deployed. This is where the lesson extends beyond a single platform. RealVest represents one approach within a much larger PropTech ecosystem. Across the market, you'll find platforms designed for crowdfunding, property marketplaces, rental management, commercial real estate, investment portfolios, and many other specialized business models. The goal isn't to identify one perfect product. It's to recognize recurring architectural patterns. Once you understand those patterns, you can evaluate different solutions based on your business objectives instead of being distracted by feature lists. Great entrepreneurs compare systems before they compare software. One of the biggest shifts in modern business is this. Companies are creating more value by connecting markets than by owning every asset inside them. Some of the world's most influential businesses don't manufacture every product they sell, own every vehicle on their platforms, or build every property their customers invest in. Instead, they create systems that help people discover opportunities, complete transactions, and build trust at scale. That's the deeper lesson behind today's case study. The long-term opportunity isn't simply investing in real estate. It may be building the digital infrastructure that helps real estate markets operate more efficiently. Every entrepreneur eventually faces the same decision. Will you compete only within an existing market, or will you build the infrastructure that allows that market to grow? Those are very different paths. One focuses on individual transactions. The other focuses on creating an ecosystem where transactions can happen repeatedly. Software is only one component of that ecosystem. Trust, operational efficiency, user experience, and scalable processes are what transform a platform into a sustainable business. That's why the strongest digital companies aren't remembered for their features alone. They're remembered for the systems they built around them. If today's discussion gave you a new perspective on digital real estate businesses, you'll find the link to today's case study in the description below. Explore the live demo, observe how the platform is organized, and compare it with other real estate solutions available on Envato Market. Don't ask which platform is the best. Ask which business model you're trying to build and which architecture gives you the strongest foundation to build it. The better you understand systems, the better you'll recognize opportunities long before they become obvious to everyone else. Every thriving industry is supported by systems that most people never notice. The buildings may define the skyline, but it's the invisible architecture behind them that shapes how markets grow, investments flow, and businesses scale. Here at Nexera, We don't just examine technology or software, we decode the systems that transform ideas into enduring businesses. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe and join us as we continue exploring the invisible architectures shaping the future of the digital economy. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and remember, wealth is not built by working harder, it's engineered through systems.